Okay, welcome to the Palm Tree VR Gorilla Tag Podcast, episode 2. So in this episode, it's gonna begin like a big series in the podcast. Oh, I put on infection again. So, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna go to like 3 maps in this episode to start it off, and it might be less in other episodes. And then I'm gonna get other people to review the maps as well. So this is where the special guests are gonna come in, if I can get any. And yeah, after that, I'm gonna take all the scores out of 10 that we all gave the maps. And then we're going to work out which map is the best in Gorilla Tag overall, like, out of the 3 of us. Or maybe 4 if my other friend gets a mic. So, well, anyways, I'm going to probably do 3 maps today. It'll take about 8 minutes, or maybe 10 or even 12. But yeah, the 3 maps are going to be forest, canyons and caves. And I mean new caves, because they're the first 3 maps that I went in. And in case you're wondering, I'm going to be reviewing the maps and what they're like now. So if the map changes by the end, then I'm going to go back to that map and change the rating. But if it isn't a very big change, then I'm not going to really do anything. Anyway, let's get into the video. Sorry for yapping so long. Okay, so first up, forest. Now I'd say this map is probably going to get the highest score out of all the maps that are going to be reviewed. And yeah, so since this is the summer update, like the end of summer, so there's really nothing special about this, I'm probably going to end up giving it the lowest score. But yeah, it's a really good map for practicing in. And it's one of my main maps. My other main map at the moment is canyons. Since I haven't been to beach recently, I just can't be bothered. But yeah, forest is probably the best map in the winter update. It's the best map anytime, but it's really, really good in the winter update. And it has a special place in my heart at that time. So yeah, there's lots of stuff in forest. So we have a slide, we have the double walls, we have a tree house, we have random lampposts, gazebo. I think I already said gazebo, but yeah. And we have stumps. That's where the getting to all the other maps except for beach happens. And yeah, there's various targets and walls to practice. Now this map's probably the second hardest to master after mountains, because yeah, I think mountains are really hard to master. Because there's those people that get to target. You have to do backwards pinch climbing, which I'm horrendous at. So yeah, that's why forest is only second on this list. Second in order of hardest maps to learn. Because wall climbing isn't too hard. And I'd say wall running is quite easy. But yeah, Lucio running It's nearly impossible. Like, I can only get 3 hits and then I have to go to another wall. And also, this map is like really toxic. Because you go in, there's probably someone saying the N-word. There is a mini-games kids. I'm fine with mini-games kids. I'm sorry to say that. Until they start asking you if you want to play mini-games twice. Like, so the mini-games kid asks, do you want to play mini-games? And I say, yes. And then he just asks again, and all of a sudden I don't want to play mini-games with him anymore. Because he's just got really annoying. And when everyone's screaming no, it like kind of stops the mini-games kid from hearing me. And then he just goes to another lobby. But yeah, the toxic people are like... Forest is also the second most toxic map. Because I'd say Mountains is the most toxic map as well, as being the hardest. Because, like, if you can't do something, like if you can't backwards pinch climb, then the person there is going to laugh at you, or it's going to laugh at you, or just tell you you're trash and make you regret your life decisions. So, yeah. Like, at least Forest doesn't have that reputation thanks to Mountains. Well, it kind of does, because no one speaks about Mountains. But yeah, it's a very peaceful map. If people actually went next to the campfire, if people went down the slide instead of doing the slide juke, or if people sat at the bench. I guess some people sit at the bench, but they mostly just hide under it. So, I'm gonna give this map, I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Would be a crime to go any lower. Okay, so the next map I'm going to, since it's in that order, is Canyons, because it's one of the more special maps, because other than Forest, it is the first map I went in, and I'd say Forest doesn't really count, because you have to go in that map first. And yeah, when I got in Canyons, I fell in that area down there, and yeah, it took me forever to get out. But yeah, now it's really easy, and I rarely go down there. And I'd say Canyons is one of the maps that I'm best in. Like, I'm also quite good in Forest and Beach. But I'd say I'm best in Canyons, even though it's the easiest. Oh, and also, another thing I didn't point out in Forest is that there's just not that much special about it. Like, there's no, like, special minigame in Forest. But then kind of Ghost in the Graveyard, but... well, that's in every map. Oh... I guess Concours, or just like Gorilla Tag Comp, is held in Forest. So, yeah, anyway, back to Canyons. So, my favourite thing about Canyons is that it's just a very peaceful map. Like, you go in and there's ropes and zip lines, there's no water to fall in, no walls to fall off, other than the slanted ones. And, yeah. Well, I don't really have anything else to say about this map, other than those little caves you can fall into. So you're being chased, and then you fall in, and you have to either climb out or just run through them. That can be, like, really fun. Especially when you know you have a lava monkey on your tail. Gets you really nervous. But, yeah. Okay, so that's all I have to say about this map. I'm gonna give it. I think you know what? I'm gonna give Canyons an 8 out of 10 as well. And last but definitely least, I'm gonna go to Caves. Okay, so with Caves, it used to be like quite a fun map, and I also like how they revamped the crystals. Pretty cool. But there are some big problems with this map. So firstly, it replaced OG Caves, which was one of the best maps in the game. Luckily it's back now in a different place in rotation. But the big problem is that it got overflowed with water, but that was pretty cool when there was Mark the Shark, so I'd say it was about equal terms. But then, as soon as they took out Mark the Shark, the water's just here for no reason. Now, unless they remove it, this is going to be the worst map in the game. Because, yeah, like, it was really fun playing on that crystal thing, and you can't do that because it's nearly fully submerged. So yeah, this map, I never come in this map. So I'm gonna give this map like 3 out of 10. So we've had an 8, an 8, and a 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go to C to do the outro. Oh, and also, I can't remember if I showed this in my last episode. I don't think I did. But I also got the disco ball with some of the money I got from the cyber bundle. So, I like this. It's twice as expensive as my second most expensive cosmetic. And yeah, you can just find a toxic kid, go up to him and start vibing. It's really fun. But yeah, this is the second episode of the podcast. Thanks for watching. You should check out my other videos if you like this one. If you didn't like this one, then never look at my channel again. It's that simple. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.